few words I want to say, so you can call everyone's attention. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm Robert Einstein, King of the world, bow before me, my little hands. Bow before me. Oh. I thought there was more stage. Apparently not. I've got a few things I want to say. Last week was my first stand-up. Golf clap. It went pretty good. I won boot off stage. I did kind of have the joke at the time, but I thought I'll wait till this time. But doing your first stand-up's like losing your virginity. It's done in a dark place. You're unsure of what you're doing at first. And when you get done, you're sitting on a toilet wondering why it didn't last long enough. Oh, God. But she was so hot. Oh, my God, I can feel the sweat. I feel like a preacher right now. Whoa! God. We had some music going on. I'm not quite sure what his name was, but I enjoyed the music. What y'all think? Carson? Let's give it up for Carson. Don't clap. Oh yeah, I'm jealous of Carson. I can't play the acoustic guitar. I can't sit up and be like, only I was as nimble with my fingers as I am with my voice. But that's awesome, Carson. I love music. I love all sorts of music. And I was thinking, I've been thinking in the past couple of years when I listen to music and stuff like that, I hate the annoying relative that you see at Thanksgiving or you see at a family function and they're trying to get on your nerves. They don't mean it, but when you come up to them, they're like, "Hey, how's it going, Uncle Jim? I haven't seen you in about 10 years. Well, it's good, Robert. What are you doing these days? You in school? What kind of music do you like? Well, I like, heavy metal, I like 80s pop music. I love lounge music. I love jazz. I love, just start naming off stuff. Like, it's good. It's good. Well, I love all sorts of music too. No, you don't. No, you don't. I know you don't like all sorts of music. Do you like Cannibal Corpse? Well, I can't say I've really heard of Cannibal Corpse. Can you recite some lyrics for me? Punish the knife in which he bleeds. I can't say I've heard of that one. Can you name off anything else? How about erotic new wave thrash metal? I wish I had an imitation for that, but I can't really think of what that would sound like. Erotic new wave thrash metal, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's going to be. Can't say I've heard of that one, Jimmy. How about elevator music? Kenny G smooth jazz. No, I don't listen to that either, Jimmy. Well, tell me what you listen to. Be specific. They're not specific enough. The adults, the politicians, they're not specific. I'm going to talk to you about politics tonight. I'm going to talk to you about what it means to be a political moderate. What is a political moderate? What do you bomb the Middle East 6 months out of the year? Make up your minds, people. Oh, what church do you go to? Oh, I'm non-denominational. It could go either way. Could you please be specific? Do you like your food really hot? 169 degrees? I like it at food room temperature. Could you be specific? Could you? Not specific enough. That's what the problem is. Politicians aren't specific. They keep electing these people. I like to think of Congressman Feldman being interviewed by Meet the President. Well, Congressman Feldman, I'd like to point out a few things to you, if I could. It seems that you'll do almost anything to get elected. Is that right? Bribe, corruption, degradation. You're a disgrace to this country. Listen. I agree. There's certain things that I could have done differently, but there's certain things you have to do in order to protect the United States.
And if that means that we have to wipe away a little bit of the Constitution, I'm willing to do that.
Congressman Feldman, I'm going to have to ask you to be more specific. Because you're a disgrace to this country. Is there anything that you'd like to say before you go off to your investigations committee to investigate the bribe that you've taken?
Listen. I don't know anything about these bribes. I don't know what I'm going to do in order to clean up the image. But look, there's certain things. If the money isn't taken by me, who else is going to take it? Somebody's got to take the money, right? Huh? Huh? What kind of money are we talking about here?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out, because you're not really being specific right now. You're being an embarrassment to your country, and I need you to stop it right now.
Look, I'm not an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment. You're questioning my authority right now. And I don't really respect that, because I've been elected about 12 times right now. 12? 12 is the best you can do. When do you elect me 15 more times? We'll see how that goes.
It's not going to go well, because you're a disgrace. And you're not being specific right now as to what you're going to do to fix the situation.
I agree. But, look, if I could fix the situation, I would. But there's certain things that you have to do as an elected official in order to get reelected. And that's my goal. Thank you very much.
Whew. Well, he's been very vague. I want to bring to your attention somebody who is very specific in politics.
The conspiracy theorist.
What do you feel, and I know you've been on a lot of television networks prophesizing about the end of the U.S. economy, but what do you feel is the real culprit here? Like the real big picture?
Look. There's certain things that you're not realizing right now. There's an oligarchy of evil men out there hell-bent on controlling the U.S. economy by their financial interest. I'm talking about the New World Order, the Illuminati, the Trilateral Commission, the Bilderberg Group, the Federal Reserve, the income tax, the antitrust laws of the 1880s. The 9/11 Commission report was a lie. They're all lies. All of them. The politicians, the president, it goes straight to the top, and I'm not lying about it.
Sir, I think you've been a little too specific.
Listen, after hearing that, I can't get my glasses straight. I'm gonna need you to start taking this seriously. After hearing that, Congressman, it's an embarrassment that I would start naming off these things that are responsible for the bankruptcy and destruction of the economy, that you would say I'm being too specific. I'm gonna have to ask you to start taking this seriously.
I'm going to have to ask you to stop it and get off my show right now. You're frightening the American people.
Look, buddy. Look, before you drag me off stage, I've got to say a few things. The world is ending, the world is ending, the world is ending.
Thank you. It only took 2 hours of listening to Alex Jones' show to get that bit down. Whew. Look, what are you saying, Pierce? We can't have guns in this country?
What I'm saying is, you're an idiot.
This is a disgrace. All of this is. I want to talk to you about somebody that in politics is especially gruesome. It's his job to wake up every day of his life and lie to us. It's like substance abuse. You can't help it. It's right there. Whew. I'm talking about the White House press secretary.
It's a sleazy, cheesy, conniving, needle-dick
position. And he can't help it. He has to lie for the government officials. The reporters stand there, and they ask him the tough questions. I wouldn't call them tough, but they're tough enough. And he has to constantly avoid them. So here's my impression of the White House press secretary.
Court is now in session.
Next question. Next question, please. The microphone is present. Mr. Secretary, could you express what you feel about the current bombing in Libya by the President of the United States? It seems that Congress hasn't approved any of it, and you seem to do nothing about it. Look, I'm not really at present liberty to discuss what the President is going on right now, so I'm going to have to ask another question. Well, we could move on from that. What do you think about the current health care bill? Look, I'm not trying to ask if you would ask something else, but the President is not currently at liberty to discuss what he plans to do with all of that. His health is at current crisis because of the current crisis that is ensued the country. But if you could be patient with me, I'll try to answer your questions as soon as possible. Well, I know that it's really hard for you to not answer the question since you lost your arms recently in Hiroshima, but if you could answer something remotely descriptive, that would be helpful. Look, I'm not really at liberty to discuss what the President is supposed to be doing, but I know that I'd be glad to answer your questions at a later time. Okay, obviously you're going to embarrass the American people with more non-descriptive language. I think it's a courtesy to all of us to leave this room and leave you to your own devices. I'd be fine with that. If only I could live in silence. I'm going to have to ask you to be more specific. That's the end of that bit. Hold on. Oh, God, I get so tired when I'm all... Give me one second.